Hello everybody! The Medtronic inpen has been available for years in the United States, and there are lots of positive reviews here on YouTube. Now it is now also available in the United Kingdom together with the Simplera sensor. That's actually quite a new sensor. I'm not sure if that's even available in the United States yet, but it is available in the UK and generally I think in Europe. And I found about the combined system at the Diabetes UK Professional Conference earlier this year. Now this system has actually four different parts. Two of these, of course, is the inpen itself, and then you have the Simplera sensor that you need with it. I think in the US at least it also works with other sensors, and it might even be the case in Europe, but to the best of my knowledge, in the UK it only works with the newest Medtronic sensor, and that's a very good sensor that I have reviewed before here. There are two other components that you need. There is the inpen app and there is the Simplera app. So it's not just one app, you need two apps, and that actually is a little bit frustrating, I think. But I should start with the positive. I mean, this system has real benefits. And the main benefit, in short, is that with the inpen app, you can just enter the amount of carbs that you want to eat, and then the inpen app tells you how much to eat. Now, in principle, you don't need an inpen for that per se. You could use different software to calculate that. To the best of my knowledge, though, the inpen is the only system that actually allows you to do this calculation. So it's almost surprising that other apps don't offer that. Anyway, so in this review, I will tell you what's good about it and maybe what's frustrating about it. Let me start with the insulin pen. So this one is quite good actually. It comes with half doses and the idea of recording it with the Bluetooth is quite nice. So if you select, you select your insulin and you give your insulin, then the app knows how much you've taken, and it will also ignore priming of the pen automatically. If you open it, I mean, this is what inside. It's relatively simple to put together. What I found a little bit difficult actually is how to. So if you I forgot how to, so for example, to get this in again, let me see, you need to, okay, so you first need to do this, and then you need to keep going, and I found that feels a little bit strange. If you compare it, for example, with the Novo pen, and then at the end, so like it becomes a little bit tricky even, and then this sticks out, and then you need to get that in, and then you got those. It's sort of. So is that super easy? Well, it is not as easy as the Novo pen, but it's not difficult. You get used to it, and then you put your insulin cartridge in there, and then you close it, and then there you go. So that's quite good. The pen itself, I think, is actually it's a nice pen. As nice as these things can be. So okay, that worked fine. Now then we have the other thing, the Simplera sensor, which I reviewed on this channel. I think actually the good thing about this sensor is that it is ultra reliable, but of course it only lasts for 1 week, while the Libre sensors, they last for 14 days or 15 days sometimes, some of them, the Libre 2 Plus, and I think you have now the Libre 3 Plus. I'm not sure if that's already available. So only 1 week, but what you get for it is that it is very reliable, and that is actually a really good thing. In terms of size, similar to, I have here an old Libre 2, so similar in size. Okay, so that's the hardware. The inpen app is of course the really important bit to actually get everything sorted. So let me start with what is good about it. So you, as I said, you only need to enter your carbs, and it calculates your insulin dose. That's good, and that's clever. And you wish that would be more widely available, because after I used that, I found it really easy. You need to know, however, before you start to use that, you need to know what your insulin to carb ratio is. Of course, that's something that you might already know if you work with carb counting. You need to use your insulin sensitivity factor, which is how much lower your blood glucose will go with 1 unit of bolus. And you can set your insulin target. You can do that for different times of the day, so that's all quite nice. And altogether, so I would recommend this actually. I think this is a good system, but the app, the inpen app, really needs improvements. First of all, I mean, that was real frustrating. I thought it requires the internet, on to get your data from your sensor to the inpen app. So the Simplera, that's the wrong one. The Simplera sensor collects data, sends it to your phone, and then the information needs to go all the way to some server far away, or you don't know where it is, and then it comes back to your phone, and then to the inpen app. It seems to be awkward, and of course the problem with that is that it doesn't work in an airplane, and it won't work anywhere where you don't have internet. And it can happen if you live rurally, or maybe if you're traveling and you somehow have no connection, or maybe you're on the underground. And what you can do then is, even if you want to, you can look on your Simplera app what your glucose level is and enter that manually in the inpen, and then it will still calculate the value. But seems to be unnecessarily difficult. So that's one issue. The other issue that I find problematic with this is that the system cannot learn from your glucose levels, eating patterns, and insulin doses. It would be nice if the system, for example, can figure out itself what the ideal insulin to carb ratio for a certain time of the day is. This system doesn't. So if they could add it, that would be great. Then another issue that I found somewhat frustrating is that if you enter the wrong amount of carbs, you can say, oh, that was wrong, I want to change it. You cannot change it anymore. And that is also, it's a little bit, so with the logbook on the inpen, it is just so like funny that you cannot edit previous events. About the logbook, it's also impossible to download, at least to the best of my knowledge, it's impossible to download your inpen logbook. So the inpen logbook is different from the online system that they have, where you have your glucose data from your sensor, but everything that you did on your pen is not stored somewhere in a spreadsheet format. The only thing you can use is the inpen insight report, and that is formatted in sort of like an A4 or letter style PDF that you can then just browse through on your mobile phone, or you can send it with an email to your phone, maybe to later figure out what your better insulin ratio is, or your basal dose should be. Now, anyway, the fact that you have to have these two apps is annoying, and there are some issues with the Simplera app as well. For example, if you use headphones, I found the alarm sounds are really loud, so that you go like that, and that you need to take it off. I found it unpleasant. So altogether, I would say it's a great idea. I think it's a good system if you compare it to other commercially available systems. But okay, I mean, everybody is different, so you need to try it for yourself. And of course, if you're in the UK, the Simplera sensor is available on the NHS, but I think you need to talk to your diabetes medical team to get it. So that's it. Did you like it? What did you think? Leave a comment below the video.